Our next speaker is Perpetua from, I was going to say Nigeria. And Perpetua's got an incredible background. She's a self-esteem coach, also a mental health practitioner, and Empowering Mental Drive Foundation. So Perpetua's also got first-class honours in nursing at the university in Nigeria. And I would like to introduce, I've seen you are here online, so I'd love to introduce you and get you to jump in and start telling us a little bit more around your session, which is Unlocking Resilience, Practical Mental Health Strategies for Women to Thrive in this Fast-Paced Society. So over to you, Perpetua. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here on this platform to listen to amazing speakers talking about different topics, and which still probably boils down to what I'm going to talk about, which is resilience. As she introduced me, my name is Perpetua Nkiruka Igwebuike. I'm happy to be called, or prefer to be called, Perpetua. Currently, I work as a mental health practitioner in the UK and partnering with Empower Mental Drive Foundation in Nigeria. Having worked with various international non-governmental organizations supporting people who are affected with humanitarian crisis, flooding, and the terrorism, which of course we know about Boko Haram. I've worked in supporting such people, and it's really unfortunate to know that these people are faced with such crisis, even though the organizations provide food, clothing, and other items to them. The gap in feeling that mental health support to help make them understand the mental impact of the crisis they have faced, it's huge, which led me to really go into mental health practice. And I'm really excited that it's something I'm doing, and coupled with the fact I'm partnering with Empower Mental Drive Foundation in Nigeria, because it's an organization that is centered on raising awareness about mental health problems, fostering a supportive network for individuals affected by mental health challenges. We also work in advocating for improved mental health policies, as well as providing support, especially to women who are faced with societal pressures. So talking about resilience, we've had so much conversations about being ourselves, being aware of who we are, understanding our limits and boundaries, understanding on how we can move above and beyond with having hopes in what we're doing. And it boils down to having resilience as an individual, knowing what you can do and what you can do. According to Wright, he defined resilience as self-righting tendency of a person who has both the capacity to be bent without breaking and have the capacity, once bent, to spring back. So resilience is something that is needed in our everyday life to be able to go above the challenges that we face as individuals. A mental health problem, a mental health illness is really an issue that people who have mental health illness are not being factored in providing the support that they need. We just listened to the last speaker who was talking about bipolar affective disorder. There are lots of mental health issues that are being faced by a lot of people, especially women, where we have the eating disorders, we have depression and anxiety, we have post-traumatic stress disorder, and other mental illnesses like schizophrenia that really limits their engagement in the society without providing the support and the resources that they need to thrive. Having to understand that we need this resilience, we need to build that resilience in us to be able to overcome those barriers, those challenges that stand on the way for us to achieve our purpose, for us to achieve our aim. It's always paramount that self-awareness come into place, and we can have that self-awareness if we don't accept who we are, irrespective of the state we are in. So knowing ourselves, accepting who we are, standing for who we are, standing for our values, for what we stand for, helps us to build that resilience in us, to be able to say or voice out, to be able to belong, to be able to stand for what we profess. And the importance of building resilience is that it helps us to develop efficient problem-solving skills. It helps us to build interpersonal relationships, help us to build or achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves, helps us to as well reduce stress and ensures quality and productivity. But there are strategies that we need to put in place to be able to build that resilience, and also irrespective of the position or the place we found ourselves in, such as maintaining self-care routine. It's really important that, especially as women, we tend to care for people around us, care for our families, care for our children, and then we leave ourselves behind. It's said that more women are prone to having depression and anxiety compared to men. And most times it stems from self-neglect, when we don't really consider that we can also make ourselves priority, while as well supporting other people around us, supporting our families and kids. So it is really important that we are able to develop a self-care routine that will help us to understand that this can really make us overcome the mental health challenges that it's becoming a global concern around the world. And secondly, we can also do journaling, like writing down what you think is a bother to you, writing down what you think is a worry to you, because by doing that, you'll be able to have clarity, and then it prevents you from ruminating about the same issue over and over again, and gives you a path to follow. And another thing is building strong supportive system. This is really, really important, especially for those who are having mental health crisis or mental health issues. It's something that you have to inculcate as part of your daily lifestyle, because by doing that, they are able to support you, because you can't live alone. And most times people who tend to isolate because of their mental health crisis tend to go down into depression, breakdown and distress. But if you build a community that will support you, that will really help in also strengthening you to be able to achieve your goals and objectives. And another point is increasing our sense of belonging. When we are able to network with a community, when we're able to volunteer, when we're able to go out of our small space to meet people, to rediscover, to reinvent, to enjoy, and that helps us to understand that as well, if we are able to also meet people who have also gone through that, because by going out and networking, that will give you a higher chance of meeting people who can really support you in your journey to mental health well-being. I will say that it's really, really, really important that we try to engage and we try to provide a supportive system. I will say women supporting women, especially women who have been faced with mental health crisis or mental illness, and having to build that resilience even in our professional careers, in our homes and in our settings. That people who have gone through certain challenges, like the last speaker said, he had given us a story of how he is having bipolar disorder, and how he's been able to support himself, and now providing that support to the same other people who are also going through that. That way we can also build a supportive community, not just about telling people what they need to do, but also being a change in ourselves by providing that mechanisms for others to be able to have a safe space to build that resilience, and then to build that self-awareness, and then to be able to go through that challenges. And we know a lot of women are going through so many different mental health illness, mental health challenges. And we as women who are strong can also provide that means to support such women, even within our smaller community, because that is where the change starts. It starts with the family, we move to the society, we move to the nations, and then globally. That way we can able to support each other to be able to build that resilience to cross boundaries and challenges that may stand as a problem to us achieving our goals and objectives. So I'm going to leave us with these 5 points on how we can be able to prioritize our mental health. Connect, which is building positive relationship building positive relationship, like having interpersonal relationship with people around us, building communities and networking with people around us. Being active, which has to do with engaging in physical activities, exercising. We all know that physical exercise tends to release a hormone known as endorphin, which is called happy hormone. It helps us to build our self-confidence and also create self-awareness in ourselves, that we can be able to have a voice. We should also be able to take notice, be curious about our surroundings, be sensitive, explore, enjoy the present moment, savor the moment. Don't think about what has happened to you yesterday or what you need to do tomorrow, but enjoy the present moment that you are in. And then keep learning, try something new, engage in new activities, rediscover, learn new things, learn new languages, learn new skills. That will also boost your mental health wellness. And also give, which is doing something nice for one another, supporting each other, smile, volunteer. That way, we are also strengthening our own mental health and well-being. And in that way, we're also building our resilience in able to also support each other, support other women who are already down, who can't help themselves. But we can only help other people if we are able to help ourselves, if we have that self-resilience and we're self-aware of what we are doing. That way, it makes it easier for us to be able to pull other people up, pull other women up, and then support them in the challenges they are facing to also make them strong and build their resilience in them as well. So I'm going to end here now, but we also encourage us women, which is one of the reasons why I registered for this program, because I'm an upcoming speaker and I'm really excited to be among global speakers and experts and I've really learned a lot, and I'm really happy to network with a lot of speakers on this platform, which I believe is also a step forward for me and also building my own resilience as a person. At the point I wanted to give up, I said, oh no, I'm meeting people who are already experts in the field that have been speaking for years and I'm just starting. I was a bit anxious, but I'm really glad I'm still able to go through, which is the resilience I'm really talking about, not giving up at the dying moment, but pushing up and to get into that point, to that goal, to that purpose that you really want to achieve for yourself. Yeah.
Well, I think I can see the support from everybody on the line. Thank you so much for sharing your story and obviously for the work that you're doing. And it makes me so happy to hear you talk about that. And if I may, there's a really great podcast. I'm happy to share it, but I love what you said around, you're wanting to speak and not letting the anxiety stop you, because I think sometimes it's so easy to be like, it's too hard, I can't do it. But the real growth happens, like they're the moments where you push yourself and you're like, it's really uncomfortable. That's where the growth is, and you're here and you've been incredible. I'm sure everyone will agree. We've really enjoyed what you have to say, and what you have to say is of value. So if you keep doing what you're doing and work on you, just keep learning and growing and keep pushing and challenging yourself, I think it's amazing. So thank you for also sharing that, because a lot of people don't. So I think taking it's being a bit vulnerable and courageous. But I really enjoyed what you had to say and what you're sharing and the work that you're doing. So really lovely to connect with you, and I'm sure everybody else will be as well. So please do pop your details in the chat, and yeah, let's connect. Any other comments or questions from other people online?
So as I put in the chat, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Perpetua. You are on the field, you are making a difference, and you are where you're supposed to be, where everybody there really have needs that are not met. Because as you said, they provide the food, they provide the shelter and everything, but what you are doing is saving lives. It's truly helping people to cope with those mental, it's a catastrophe, people living in a war zone areas. So thank you so much for your heart. Thank you for your servant leadership. Appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you.